1.
Bruh, what great timing, honestly. But hi, hello everyone! Welcome! I'm finally back! After a very long break. Not even on a vacation. I needed a mental health break, but in the meantime, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's get a new model. Don't slap me with a trout, what's wrong with you? You don't slap your toys with trouts. That's not nice. I am now a doll. Some of the rigging is a little in the works, but, we got most of it out of the way. But yes! Hey! Stop it! No! But yes, this is the brand new model! We're finally here with it! Let's go! Okay, anyway, let's just show off the model real quick. I don't think there's too much to show, because this is kind of a chibi. It's technically a chibi. But yes, now we have some chibi doll features! I'm so happy! I am now a little dolly! Yeah, see, so now we have a brand new info page. Let me just move myself out of the way a little. Yeah, nothing's really changed except the doll, my height. Yes, so now instead of being 60 inches, I am now a mere 42 inches. But yes, my new lore. Once a vengeful ghost that terrorized people through their dreams, she had a change of heart upon haunting a dollmaker. She now chooses to seek companionship over vengeance, disguised as a cute life-size doll. And there I am! Love the lore, thank you so much! I actually based it on kind of my real life stuff, which I'll explain that later. But, I'll explain that later. Let me get to the actual fun stuff before we, tackle any, like, deep conversations there. I mean, okay, to be honest, I kind of have almost the same exact toggles. Like, the same toggle types. Like, I have one to remove my glasses. I have one to remove the bow. What's this one? No, that's the, okay, wait. Yeah, I have pretty much the same expressions, just they look different. Oh, yeah, I should probably also... Actually, I'll bring that up later. Of course, I have to have my wide eyes one. And of course, in addition, I have to have this. Which you might have seen on the announcement post. Oh yes, now I actually have a proper, plushie toggle. Hang on, let me just move myself around. Because last time it was just a PNG slapped onto the live 2D model, but now, because, the artist was very generous, so they were just like, you know what, I'll put in the toggle for you, no charge. I'm just like, oh, thank God. Also, for anyone wondering, this art was like $30. I have my typical crybaby one, in case I ever want to do a crybaby cover. All of this was well, just the art. The rigging was like 50. Because it's a chibi model, and chibis are known to typically be a lot cheaper than, regular models. Yeah, that is really cheap. Huge shout out to the artist, Barry. I do have the same rigger as the previous model. So the art was by, that's their Twitch handle, I just call them Barry. And rig is Lou, who was the same, rigger as last time. We also have the blush toggle, of course, in case. And we actually do have a fairly new one that I didn't have in the previous one. Or at least not one that was properly toggled on. But now I can be absolutely angry at chat in the event they want to laugh at me or slap me around with trouts. You know who you are. That should be the toggle showcase. I already said my lore. I'm sorry, I have like a notepad page of all my talking points. Yeah, so now I have to address some potential questions. For clarification, I am not the doll. Yes, I look like a doll, but just remember that I am actually the ghost controlling the doll. In the event people get confused with me being, like, identifying still as, like, a ghost when I'm now a doll, no, I am the ghost inside the doll. The doll has 0 names. Has no name except for the one that I gave it. As for the lore, oh yes, I did do a brief, lore preview, but I'm actually gonna be doing the actual lore video. That's gonna be in progress. I'm hoping it'll be done before, the end of, July. hopefully. I do have it all drafted out. I'm just using an old copy of the old lore video, but we still have to fix some technical issues. You may haunt the doll, but wood chipper drenched in holy water. No! Don't do that! No! Bad Neela. Bad Neela. Alright, anyway, first of all, I do need to address some potential questions that I know have probably arisen from this. First of all, no. I am not a fucking lolly. If anyone calls me a lolly, I will fucking murder them. Okay, no, but seriously though, I know that was gonna be like a huge thing. That was gonna be like a very huge question. It's like, oh, you're a lolly now, oh, blah blah blah. No, I'm not. Fuck off. Yeah, because I knew people are gonna start thinking, oh, this is a child, oh, this is a lolly. Because apparently there have been horror stories about chibi VTubers being banned just for having a chibi model, because it was quote-unquote youth risky. So I have to make it very clear that I am, in fact, not in that. I mean, under normal circumstances, I don't want to be worried too much about that, but this is Twitch. Twitch is kind of a bitch, so I have to make that very clear. And also, in the event people come in and they don't know the lore and they just go, oh god, lolly, I have to use that and do one. Year 2000s were so much easier. It's true, real though. Honestly, I think the world went to shit in like 2020. It just got bad when Trump got into office, man. I'm telling ya. But yes, unfortunately, with this new model, I am going to have to establish a few new rules, or not. They're not really new. I'm just gonna be enforcing them a little strongly. No lewd jokes, please. I mean, this has been something I've been doing for like 4 years, and even now, like, even since I started, I hated being like objectified and lewd and made lewd, because it just was my style, and I didn't want to make myself and others uncomfortable. It's especially going to have to be true now, because I look a bit more childlike, and without context, me saying some lewd stuff. I mean, I can still say mature things, I just can't say lewd things about myself. I have to be extremely careful with that. Even though, to be honest, I'm a very small channel, so I fly under the radar very easily, but it takes just one fucking asshole to ruin that for everyone. I hate to say it, and I have to, like, you know, establish that. Oh no, I can say, like, relatively mature things, I just can't say anything lewd about myself. Like, I can't make lewd jokes while I'm in this form. If I'm in my special form, or not my special form, my quote-unquote true form, then yeah, I can probably do lewd jokes, because that looks a lot more like an adult. I can still curse like a sailor, thank god. That it would be pure hell if I did. Honestly, I did do a little looking into why chibi VTubers get banned, like, easily. It's because they act like children, or they sound like children. I mean, sometimes you can't help it, that's just how naturally your voice is, but if I were to do a full-on ooh-woo voice, then yeah, I think I would be putting myself in danger, so at least I talk to my normal voice regularly. Oh yes, I did bring this up earlier. The old model, the one, for those who have been on the channel before, you guys know the old model. This was the original model. This isn't going away. By no means am I no longer this particular character, okay? It's still the same ghost. She's just in a brand new vessel that now allows her to talk, to like physically interact with the rest of the world. That's pretty much the lore. I'm honestly not sure when I'm gonna use this model again. I have it planned to have this up for special occasions. The main two I'm thinking right now are, like, my birthday and Halloween, which is all the way in freaking October. So we're not going to be seeing this one for a while, but I think that should be good, because for those who are, who are used to the more grown-up model, I think we all need some time to, get used to this one. Oh yes, by the way, I will be referring to the two different models as two completely different entities now. Well, I know what they said, they're the same character, but they each now have different names. The old one is going to be Kayla Shade, you know, because like it's the second half of my username plus Shade as the last name. And this one is going to be Miki. You can still call me Misty or Mist or whatever the heck you want. I don't really care. Just in lore, these are the established names for these two forms. But just for simplicity, I'll usually say like ghost form or doll form. Remember, I'm still the same old ghost. I'm just in a doll now. I really wanted to work with Mama Mary again. I desperately did. I really did, guys. I promise. But, she was unavailable. But Barry, or Baruna, they did so fucking amazing. They had, I think the original price listed, because I get all of my shit on Fiverr, it was like $25 for, like, the model and the toggles. The reason it was only, like, $30 was because freaking American taxes. And I also just really like the art style. I was so scared that it would look way too childlike, but they did manage to, like, change it up a bit. Oh yeah, fun fact, my knees were not going to look like this. They were actually going to look a little... They were actually going to be, like, very plain. But I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm a doll now. I might as well get the legs. And I've already, like, changed the dress and the bow. So, I had to make those changes. Okay, now for the important question. Why the Switch? Honestly, ever since, my anniversary, I kind of just felt myself in a bit of a slump. The new model, I'm gonna be honest, I've been struggling mentally a lot with the VTuber sphere. It's been pretty rough ever since the anniversary. Like, June was a whole shit show. There was, like, so many mental health struggles I had to deal with. I just didn't feel like I was at my best. Even though it seemed like I was having a lot of fun with Little Goody Two Shoes, I just didn't feel as energized anymore. I was in a huge slump. There was a lot of VTuber drama recently. Yeah, that too. I mean, that was a little less so, because, like, I think the latest VTuber drama I've been, like, quote-unquote catching up on was the Cinder drama. It really just brought my mental health down. I just really felt like I wasn't, like... I was just... Let's just say that for a hobbyist, like, because I am a hobbyist, technically, I took this way too seriously. And so, switching, I had to, like, that's what I spent the whole break doing. Like, not just taking a break, but switching to that hobbyist mindset where it's like, I don't have to grind every day. I don't have to, like, be the best. I don't have to, like, chase numbers. Because, honestly, June, I will admit, I was very fixated on numbers. Like, way more fixated than usual. But, like, I spent, like, the past 2 weeks, like, you know, just centering myself, making it so that I focus more on just having fun as a VTuber and just enjoying the fact that I have a small space while I still can. Don't get me wrong, I still have my, goals of 1,000 followers and, like, a CCV of 9. Because, believe it or not, only 5% of streamers on Twitch only get not over 9 CCV. That is insane. And, like, the majority of my friends already kind of hit that mark, and I just felt really left out about it. So I was like... So I got a little too, like, fixated on that. But then it's like, you know what? I'm starting a new job as well in September, and if I continue, like, this whole grind set thing, I'm just gonna wear myself thin. Like, it's gonna get really bad. So, me switching to this new, like, chibi version, it was kind of just so I can focus more on that. Also, my lore, I did touch on it earlier. That's kind of true here too, because in all honesty, the old model was associated with, like, my trauma and my serious mental health issues. It was really bad. Like, I'm not gonna get into too much detail, but it was, like, very heavily associated with that, and I found that over the past month or so, I've been able to move away from that. So I wanted to, like, have a new form to embrace. Like, okay, long story short, the new model was just for a change in mindset.
Really sorry about your ass.
Okay, well, fuck you too, Kagane. I was in the middle of explaining some deep, serious, emotional shit, and then you come in with the 10 squats. I hate you so much. She has mechanical joints in her legs. These are ball joints. Excuse you.
Actually, these are ball joints. Very common joints in dolls.
Yeah, but the reason you only see the ones on my knees is because, like, normally on ball jointed dolls, you see them more on, like, the elbows, the hands, or, like, on the wrists, the ankles, but those are obviously covered, so Barry didn't have to draw those. Where was I? Before Kagane so rudely interrupted me. Yeah, but long story short, the switch to, this model, and just my lore in general, was because I just wanted to, like, just refresh myself on wanting to create again, because I found it very hard to stream after I finished Little Goody Two Shoes. I just wanted to have that, motivation again. With a better mindset, because I said before that my old mindset with the old model has been very poor. Don't worry, again, as I've mentioned before, the old model will come up, just not very often. This is going to be my new main model, essentially. As for why, Kagane knows this very damn well. I get mistaken for a child on a daily basis. Do not put me in a Dorito bag. What is wrong with you? I'm 42 inches. But you have no idea how many times I've been mistaken for a child. I swear to God. Yes, I guess I do fit in a little potato sack. Do I have a... Also, me. Okay, actually, okay, this one story lives in my head rent-free. This happened to me when I was on a cruise. I was like 18 back then. The cruise docked in Florida. Like, that was where we boarded, so we went by those rules when it came to, like, gambling and drinking and all that. So I could legally enter a casino. Earlier that day, I did a bingo thing with my family, because it was a family trip. And I won $5 out of it. Because, it was kind of like a scratch card. So, and we had to turn it in to the casino. So I was with my dad, we were turning them all in. Yeah, I was like 18 back then. I went to the person at the desk, like the front desk of the casino. And I was like, I would like to turn this in, please. And he's like, and then she looks at me with my dad, and he's like, oh, is this for your dad? And I'm just like, Dad? No, and my dad had to explain that I was a legal adult. I had to show them my ID. And the lady at the desk just looks at us like, okay, if I can just have you and your dad switch places for me, I don't feel comfortable with this. You got fucked over by fate to be a chibi. No, I swear to God, the number of times I've been mistaken for being either 13 or 14. If I had $1 for each time that happened, let's just say I would be able to have a better stream setup. Like, I would have an actual functioning PC. I mean, I laugh about it now, though. I think the most recent time was, like, I was working, and then one of my coworkers, like, we had to go out and and run an errand. I was with one of my coworkers, who is noticeably, like, a lot older. And this happened just April. I will let you guys know. One of the people we had to talk to for that errand, he pointed at me and said, like, oh, just wondering, how old are you? And then I told him my age. I don't like to say my real age, because it makes me feel very insecure. But let's just say I'm in my 20s. And then he just looks at me, like, super confused, and he was just like, wait, really? I thought you were 13. What? Even though I'm wearing my snazziest clothes possible, you still think I'm a child dressed up as an adult? Anyone else want to get that out of their system? Are we done? I swear to God, this whole stream is just gonna be Tia's laughter. Oh God, here we go. This was a mistake. Keep Tia's laugh on, no cooldown. No, I did that on purpose, so if I do something stupid, like, I can have 5 chatters spam it at once. So, if I ever get the King of Greed again and they eat Punishing Bird, now everyone can hit the button all at once. That was kind of the intention. Put you on my shelf with my plushies. Go ahead! Go ahead. I mean, you can. You're just gonna have to risk an entire lifetime of nightmares with me around. Because I still haunt people's dreams. I'm just not doing it as often. It is more ethical. Oh my God, don't... You know what? Hold on. I do have a jar one. Don't ask why. I just have one. Hang on. I might make this a redeem. I might. I would love a jar redeem. Yeah, I'll set that up. Don't worry. I just didn't, tonight. Because I didn't think I would need it. Oh yeah, by the way. Last week was my affiliate anniversary, actually. So honestly, consider that the belated celebration for that. Fairy in the bottle? Okay, well, yeah, true. But I'm not a fairy! I mean, I'm small like one, but I'm not a fairy. I believe that's everything I wanted to cover. Wow. Bro, I thought this whole chatting thing would take up, like, what? 40, like, I thought this would take only 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, but to summarize the whole why the Switch, I just wanted to take this less seriously because I was stressing the fuck out of myself with the old model. And you know what? It's nice to change things up every now and then, you know?